Welcome to Titan Talk, the official podcast of Blessed Trinity Catholic High School. Each episode, we'll take you inside the Titan experience through conversations with the people who know BT best, our students, faculty, coaches, alumni, and campus leaders.
We'll explore the programs, traditions, and opportunities that make Blessed Trinity such a special place, from academics and athletics to arts, faith formation, student life, and beyond.
Whether you're a prospective family exploring your high school options, a current member of the Titan community, or simply curious about what makes BT unique, we invite you to listen, learn, and discover why so many families can truly see themselves here. This is Titan Talk. Welcome home. Welcome to Titan Talk. Today, for our second episode, we have a special guest speaker who's going to share with us a little bit about how new students can plug into our community right from the start as we get ready to welcome everyone back on campus. So, Jonathan, thank you so much for being here.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do on campus, and how you support our students.
Sure. So my name is Jonathan Grattan. I've been teaching here for 17 years now. I teach in the theology department. I've coached multiple sports over my years here. I'm also the director of Seton House. But as it pertains to orientation, myself and Mrs. Hurley, we run the new student orientation. So we're in charge of things like selecting orientation leaders, helping out during orientation day, which is our big day for the new students, and just kind of generally being faces for the new students as they are continuing to transition to high school. A lot of that is done by our orientation leaders, but Karen Hurley and I are there to kind of help and support that. So we just try to make it as comfortable of a process as possible for all the kids as they're coming in.
Awesome. You do so much on campus. And some of you might remember him from New Titan Night that we hosted back in the spring. And so, he's always leading pep rallies or any kind of engagement with students. And he's definitely a fan favorite in the halls amongst our student body. So we're so grateful for everything that you do on campus and all the many hats that you wear around here. Okay, so as we prepare to welcome our new students on campus, we have new student orientation coming up, and you're such a huge part of that. And so students are probably feeling some jitters. Parents are probably feeling some jitters for their kids as well. So can you tell us a little bit about what they can expect on orientation day?
Yeah, so we have orientation day coming up. They've already had a little bit of exposure to our school. We had that new student night that we held in second semester, which was a huge hit, having the students there working with Mrs. O'Donnell, who runs the house system, Mrs. Pottigill, one of our math teachers, who's also a huge favorite here.
Definitely.
And so that night was great. It was kind of the first exposure with their entire class. Not every student was there, but a good amount of their classmates. And then we had new student outings that they went to with their orientation leaders separated by house. So the kids have had a little bit of exposure to their orientation leaders, a little bit of exposure to the school. And then we have orientation day. And orientation day is just that day right before classes start. And the new students will be learning a lot. It's going to seem overwhelming, but we have lots of information that they're going to take home with them. We get them acclimated to their schedule, so they'll be walking their both green and gold day classes for 5 minutes, so they kind of get used to who their teachers are going to be, how to navigate the building. And then they're going to be doing rotations. And in the rotations, they're going to be learning about how we do our lunch procedures, our campus ministry, and kind of what they're involved with, as well as the tech training with Mr. Potterez. And it's an overwhelming day for sure, but it's a great day to just kind of get them on campus without all the returning students, kind of learn their lay of the land, again, interact with their orientation leaders. And one thing that Mrs. Hurley and I really kind of leave with them is, look, we have this one orientation day, but the orientation process isn't done. Like, your orientation leaders are there to support you. We're here to support you if you guys ever have any questions, concerns, anything that we can help you out with, especially those first couple of months. We're here to support you. And we really just try to provide whatever we can to them so that they're comfortable. And they get it pretty quickly. But it's a process, and it's a process I love being involved with.
That is so awesome. I love how intentional you guys are. It's not just about the one orientation day. It's everything leading up to it that you so meticulously work to make sure that it's small groups and not as overwhelming. And another thing that I love, what you kind of touched upon as well, is that it's not just orientation day with the orientation leaders either. I love how they're still identified. You have them wear their orientation leader shirts. For how long do they wear that, just for familiar faces?
So they wear it on the orientation day, and then we ask them to wear it at least the first 2 days of classes when all the new students are back. So they do have to do a little bit of washing at night.
I couldn't remember how long it was, but I do remember thinking that's so smart, because that's their familiar face on campus, someone who, at least if they don't know anyone else, someone who will offer a smile in the hall. Yeah,
because their orientation leader might not be right next to them in the hall. So just having anybody who's got an orientation leader shirt on, they're there to support all the new students. And it's particularly helpful during lunch. Lunch can be one of those times, especially for new students, where there's a lot of nerves. Where do I sit? How do I make new friends? And so our orientation leaders are very intentional about watching out for those things. Our guidance counselors do a great job of being in there for support as well. Mrs. Hurley and I, depending on our schedule for teaching third block or not, kind of try to be there as extra support. But yeah, the shirt is just an easy identifier because everybody else is wearing uniforms at that time to say, okay, I'm not really sure where I'm going. I'm not really sure who I ask about this particular question, but I know that person over there has been selected as an orientation leader and can help me figure those things out.
I love that. I love that you guys have really put together a great program for onboarding our new students. What piece of advice would you give to new students, freshmen or not?
So my biggest piece of advice would be to not be afraid to ask for help. And I know for some people, they might hear that and they're still going to have the jitters. But one of the things I love about Blessed Trinity so much is whether or not there's a teacher involved with orientation or a student who's not involved in orientation, we're all here to support each other. This is a great community. We do a variety of things, particularly in the beginning of the semester, to really kind of offer opportunities for them to get involved. So one of the, I think, best days is our club day, which we usually have the first couple of weeks of school. And on Wednesday morning, all the clubs have their booths, all their information out. And that's a really great way for freshmen to get involved in things that they're interested in. Sports are easy. They kind of know where to go for that and what sports they want to play and how to get involved. But the club day is a great day for them to just, sign up for clubs. It doesn't commit them to anything. But going to club meetings, being around others in that particular way is a great way to get to know new faces, find out things they may be interested in or maybe things they didn't know they were interested in, and just really get involved in the community.
Yeah, high school is such a fun time to explore your interests, your talents, what you like, what you don't like. So I think Blessed Trinity does a really good job of providing so many different opportunities and platforms for students to just find their way, navigate these next few years, which go by so quickly.
Yeah, very quickly.
So definitely enjoy them. And from a parent perspective, what are some questions that parents can ask their student after orientation day to I know my mom was really nervous for me my first day of high school. I remember getting in the car after my orientation and I could just see it in her face as she was dying to chat with me and hear all about my day. So what are some questions you think that parents could ask? Because it's hard sometimes to get info out of high schoolers.
Yeah, I mean, I have a 7th grader, so I know the struggle of asking.
How's your day? Fine. What'd you do? Nothing.
They learn a lot. There's a lot of information thrown at them. And one of the things I try to tell them is you're not going to memorize everything on the first day. We have it all for you. Again, to ask questions, as the days go on. But I think as a parent, maybe just kind of looking at them and saying, what do you think after this orientation day you're going to look forward to the most? Maybe it's a teacher that you had the 5 minutes with that you think is going to be great, or a class, or, did you make a new friend, or what do you think you're looking forward to the most in these upcoming weeks? And then maybe what do you think is going to be the most challenging? Because I think kind of naming those things and kind of recognizing where I might need some help, where there might be some challenges, and just finding the right person to help you in those areas is really important.
Awesome. So, parents do play such a pivotal role in helping with the smooth transition as well. And orientation day is such a great way to just kind of tiptoe into the water before everyone is here all together the very next day after that. So I was grateful to have an orientation day as well, because it does help.
For sure.
You know that everyone around you is feeling the same way that you are, which is awesome. And, I would say from my orientation in high school, I do vividly remember this. The teacher who was most intimidating to me, or so I thought, ended up being one of my favorites. So shout out to Ms. Coolmo, freshman year English. Thanks so much. That's such great advice.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so what about students who've already been here? What would you tell them as far as what they could do to help support new students during this time?
Yeah, I think just being a friendly face, honestly. It's kind of easy to tell if you're a junior or senior, even if not an orientation leader, if there's maybe a new freshman or just a new upperclassman who kind of looks like they're lost or maybe has questions, but they're kind of shy to ask. And just, be that friendly face to go up and say, hey, can I help you with something? Were you looking for something? We're here to support them in any way that we can. We're not as big as like a Milton or a Roswell, but it's still overwhelming when you're coming into a new school, and there's a lot of people who have been here before. So just kind of encourage everybody to always, be that support system for anybody who might need it. You might find yourself in the hall and you're the only person and someone looks lost or they look like they're having a rough time. Just kind of being someone to go up to them and say, hey, can I help you? Or is there something I can help you navigate or figure out? And just kind of encouraging them to do that.
Awesome. Yeah, and a smile is such a simple gesture, but it goes such a long way. And so thanks so much for being here and sharing all the different ways that students can find support as they navigate high school. Do you remember anything about your first day of high school, what you felt?
Yeah, very little. So I went to Pius, and Blessed Trinity opened when I was a sophomore. So, and I was coming from St. Jude, so I knew some people who were already coming to Pius, and we have a lot of those kids that are coming from the parochial schools, and they kind of have a built-in support system for the most part. But we also have a ton of kids coming from so many other schools, public schools,
over 50 different feeder schools.
Yeah,
which is
absolutely,
impressive.
out of state. And so I can't really, I never really felt what that was like. But I know that over the years that I've been teaching, there's been so many kids who are the only ones from their middle school who come in here, and maybe they're a little bit nervous at first, but they find their way pretty quickly. As long as they're willing to put themselves out there, get involved in things, ask that teacher after class if you're not sure about something. We're all here to support you. I know I had that support system when I was at Pius, and I can attest for BT that the teachers, faculty, administrators, guidance counselors, we just have the best of the best here.
1,000%. I would agree with that. The community here is amazing. The support system is stupendous. It's just our students are really lucky. You guys do an amazing job for the school and for the kids. So again, thank you so much for sharing your time. And we look forward to welcoming all new students on campus. And tune in next time for Titan Talk.